Now, the biggest moment, he was on Sway in the Morning.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
Now, how did that come about? How did you hook that one up?
That was shout out to El Biz. He sent me um, a contest. It was you had the opportunity to write a 16 and attach it to a song that Wu-Tang members were already on. So the bar was already high. You know what I mean? And I love Wu-Tang. He was like, man, he ain't asked. You got to do this, is what he said. So, shout out to Biz for that.
Welcome back to My Detroit Hustle TV, where we interview some of the hottest underground, independent, and unsigned artists in the game. In this episode, we have a very special guest for you. We sit down with the incredibly gifted writer who stars rising extremely quickly, one of the dopest artists from Buffalo, New York, none other than the Pretty Bulli. Get ready to enter our world of music, business, and hustle at My Detroit HustleTV and MyDetroitHustle.com, where our goal is to spread the hustle. Sit down, relax, and check out this exclusive and insightful interview with the rising star. Stay tuned for an electrifying conversation that shed lights on Pretty Bulli's journey and her unique artistic perspective. Now let's get into it. Today on My Detroit Hustle TV, we got a very special guest. The way I came across this person, one day I was riding down the street listening to Sirius XM. I believe it was Shade 4 or 5, but I had just got it, so I can't remember what station, but I believe that's the station that it was. There was a demo battle going on, and one of the contestants was a female. Her joint was hot. So I remember thinking to myself, this young lady has some serious bars, and she went on to win the battle on that particular day. The next day, I was on Instagram moving around, and I heard a female spitting bars, and I was like, man, I think I heard her on the radio. So I left a comment on somebody's page. I can't remember who it was, but they said, that's my girl, Pretty Bulli. She's dope. And I was like, yeah, that's her. And she is dope. So I looked her up on Instagram. And after that, I've been rocking with her ever since. I've been following her movement, supporting it. And she is not disappointed. So without further ado, my people, I want to introduce you to Pretty Bulli. How you doing, young lady?
Oh, I'm good. That was a neat introduction. Thank you.
It's great to finally meet you. I've been listening to your
Same.
music and following you so long. It's seemed like I know you already.
No, real shit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to work on my potty mouth. It just feel like we've known each other for a minute, though.
Yeah, stuff happens. So I might let a few words slip myself.
Understood.
Okay, it's been it's great to finally meet you. What I wanted to know first and foremost is you are from Buffalo, New York. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Are you
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like growing up in Buffalo?
Buffalo, I mean, just like any other hood, is rough. And I say the hood because the whole city is Buffalo's small. It is. But I mean, I didn't grow up with no silver spoon type shit. I was blessed to have both my parents, you know. But shit, we was poor. For lack of better words, I mean, like it was the typical hood shit for me. You
Yeah, I
know?
know a lot of people from my younger days when I used to run around. I used to have a lot of people come back from Buffalo, and they used to always try to get me to go to Buffalo. I never made it,
Really?
but seemed like I know a lot of people from Buffalo. A lot of people from Buffalo would come back here to Detroit and hang out.
Well, come pull up. Let's go get some chicken and shit, you know?
Oh, Buffalo is top. I definitely want to come to Buffalo now. Were you have siblings?
I do. I'm the baby out of 5 kids. I have one brother and four sisters. So I have my stepsister is, I'm so sorry. My sister on my father's daughter. They all my siblings. You
Right.
feel me? But my father's daughter's the oldest, and then my brother, and I have uh, four other sisters.
Mm-hmm.
One not by blood, the other three are.
It's all family. It's all family. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta say, I've been meaning to say this for a minute. I love the red. You look like
Oh,
you look
thank
like a
you. I
superhero.
wasn't expecting that.
Like, like when you
I
changed
wasn't
up,
expecting that.
I was like, she looked like a superhero or something, like you in the X Men.
Yo, that's like the second time I heard that shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, that's a good look. That's a good
A
look.
superhero though. I appreciate you. That's shut up. You hear my sister in the back. Call her ass super bars.
Right, right. So, what made you decide to pick up a pen? What was your
Oh,
inspiration to finally start writing?
I started writing poetry. Actually, that was the first thing I started writing. Um, the first real poem I wrote was when my great grandmother passed away. I actually wrote the poem that was in her obituary. So I had to make it. I actually wrote it for her for Mother's Day before she passed away, and we ended up putting it in the obituary. So that was like my first initial writing process where it was heartfelt. You know what I mean? And it just stuck with me after that. It gravitated towards music when I started like freestyling with the boys from the block and shit like that. I was already comfortable with my pen, so it was like, all right, well, I seen them battling each other. I'm like, I can do that shit too, you know.
So let me ask you this: it's I say I feel this kinship between Detroit and Buffalo. So in Detroit, the MCs, it was kind of a smaller circle, and we were kind of the hip hop people. We had hip hop, and then we had street, and they kind of didn't mix. So was it similar like that in Buffalo, or was it?
Okay, I'm gonna just keep it above. Buffalo is kind of segregated,
Uh,
so you from your block, uh, you rock with who you rock with. And
uh,
it was the same for music. Now, me personally, I'm a likable person, so I could move around a little bit. Everybody can't do that.
right,
You know what I mean? So, me personally, I was with my niggas on the block. We
right.
putting out our mixtapes. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it was competitive, but it was.
Uh,
It's like yeah, them boys up top, they XYZ. You know what I mean? So it was segregated,
right.
so to speak.
But it was more segregated along the lines of hoods as opposed to style of music.
Yeah, so it was more so my hood better than yours type shit.
Okay,
You
okay.
feel me? You talk shit on that wax, you might catch a couple sublimies,
Uh,
that type
Stop by MyDetroitHustle.com today.
stuff.
so what made you make the transition to like I'm gonna make a record as opposed to just doing it for fun or whatever?
The first joint I wrote, it was actually to an Eminem beat. Don't quote me on the beat, damn, I'm on the spot. But it was an Eminem beat.
Uh,
I will say that. I wrote to it, and it was like I had never let anybody hear anything before.
mm,
So I was like, I took the little tape recorder outside and I was letting niggas hear it. And it was more so my boys from around the way that was like, yo, you need to make it longer. You need to act like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it made me like, okay, now I probably can structure some shit. So they actually put the idea in my head. I ain't gonna hold you. I was just writing bars. I didn't even know how to count them at that time.
right. So who were your musical influences?
Industry wise or in general?
All the above. I want to know everything.
Well, shout out to Kid Cole. He is a legend. Legend. He's from Buffalo.
Hmm.
And that man has inspired me to do so much. Like in my comfort zone, out my comfort zone to the point where I'm just comfortable. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so a huge shout out to him. Like lyrically though, Jada.
Okay.
Jadakiss has always been one of my faves. I love Eve. That was actually the first project I ever bought, Eve joint. So I would definitely say those two were a huge inspiration. Biggie.
Okay. Okay, that
Yeah, like a couple.
that makes sense because one of the things that I like about you, I don't know if you can tell, but I don't ride around listening to female MCs not because they can't rap. It's I can't relate to a lot of the subject matter. But
Did all that.
but you spit and you just spitting. I mean, I can't deny it. I can listen. I can listen to it.
I appreciate
I'm trying to get clarity on what I'm trying to say without saying nothing stupid. But
understood.
but most guys are not. I mean, we might like a single or something like that, but females try to market to females, and they talk about subject matters that females can relate to, and a lot of times guys can't relate to it, and maybe vice versa. But
Understood.
I'm noticing that the females today is starting to be able to rock no matter what. I'm not saying that females couldn't go bar for bar with people earlier. I'm just saying
Okay.
usually the subject matter
Right.
is, we like. I'm not walking around talking about got a man, got a man. I'm not saying that. We might
We
rock.
get around. We just shine a little more now.
Right.
Big facts.
But so when you decided to make a record, did you put it out independently, or you were with a little label, or what?
Oh no. Everything I've done has been independently.
Okay.
Like from the beginning, and as of today, I'm feeling like I'm gonna stay that way.
Right. That was gonna be my next question. Are you liking that independent grind, or you looking to get signed, or what?
Yes, sir. I mean, I like my freedom. You know what I mean? I don't know what it would feel like to be signed. So let me not say I like this better, but I'm comfortable
Right.
with my own residuals coming to me.
Right.
Definitely comfortable with that.
Okay, so what are some of the projects you dropped? Can you break down your discography?
Starting from the beginning. Now I'm working on 4 right now, but starting from the beginning, my first project ever was a mixtape called "Respect Your History." Around that time, it was like, I'm gonna try to tread carefully too. We had some hype with people not respecting people that came before them.
Right.
Around it was around that time when I dropped it. So I used all classic beats and called it "Respect Your History." My next joint was mixtape. Yeah, Dope Chick No Soda. Don't hold me, I'm high. My bad. Dope Chick No Soda was the second one. That was just me using. Again, it was industry beats, but I was basically trying to showcase that you can do a little of everything. It don't have to all be hood. It don't have to all be sexual, but you can still be comfortable being sexual. You feel what I'm saying? Like just a gumbo of everything, just to show versatility. And then I had The Breakup, which was based on a true story. Yeah, my boyfriend, ex-boyfriend still ain't forgive me for that one, but it's okay. I just wrote about the process of breaking up, from start to finish, and it was rough. Yeah, but after that was Duffel Bag Bully. I had singles in between, like I dropped Not a Barbie, but after Not a Barbie, I dropped Duffel Bag Bully, which was with Castle Money Beats.
Right.
And that's around the time I had just started getting spins on Shade 4-5. And Castle Money, we didn't even have a project together yet. It was just the singles that he was getting to get. And shout out to Castle Money too. Yeah. But it was just the singles that he was getting spins on. And then we're like, okay, well, let's do a project. So it came about after we had already dropped 2 singles. And then now we fast forward to today. I'm working on a project with Kid Called Quest right now. Those are the last 3 singles I've dropped are actually from this project. First was Simplicity, then Homage, and then Basic. I'm looking forward to this one. I was able to tap in to the inner me a little more and let it out. Because I don't like people. So I don't really open up a lot. You know what I mean? So this one hitting a little different for me.
So I saw a video. I didn't get the chance to sit down and watch the whole thing because I've been running, but I saw you as a cartoon character. What is that particular song?
That's what Kid Called Quest as well. Shout out to Ken C. It's actually the remix to his original. Relate Jazz O is actually on the remix as well. And Curtis Cole. That one Quest, that's my man's. So when he reached out to throw the alley, he like, Bully, we getting ready to do a remix. And that's my guys. And whatever you need, I got it. You know what I mean? It just turned out, the motherfucker turned out dope as hell. I need to stop cussing so much. I'm sorry. But it just turned out that it came out dope as hell. And I'm just happy to be a part of it, for real.
Yeah, I like the chemistry between you and Kid Called Quest and Castle Money Beats. But one day I was listening to those things, and you know how on the streaming platforms then they start playing older stuff, and I got into this Breakup project.
Mm-hmm.
Who produced that?
That was a cluster. Like I was still getting beats offline from BeatStar, Paul Cabin. I was like off of websites, so I didn't even have relationships with producers yet. That was just me fishing for beats and finding a sound that I liked, And
I got to tell you that project is very, very dope.
Thank you.
And going by further on what you said earlier, I can tell that it's real because of the detail. The same way that you can tell the difference between when somebody rap about the streets, they can make a song full of cliches. But when you've been there and you've done that, you can just make a song about what happened. But in a 5-minute period, you can make a whole song about it because it's so real. That's what I felt on that particular project. Can you tell us about your state of mind and the creative process for that particular project?
Yikes. I was a emotional wreck. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I was in my feelings for one. Like I ain't gonna put too much detail out there, but we was together for a long time. So when the breakup process started, when women break up with men, you're not physically gone yet. You know what I mean? So the process started while we were still together, which was causing turmoil. It was ugly. So my state of mind was, fuck this nigga. I'm venting. Look, that's how I felt. Like I was in my bag. So it came out.
Yeah, that was some serious writing. Some serious writing. I could feel it. I could feel it, and I could relate. So that goes back to what I was saying about you seem to be able to express yourself with good bars, and you feminine, but I still could relate to it. I feel like that's a big thing. I feel like that's a big thing. Maybe it's not, but I don't. A lot of times I can't relate to some of the stuff that females write, and that's not saying that they don't have skills, but that might be the same way a female feels when a guy is making a song talking about bitch, 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 bitch.
Right.
Maybe a female not feeling that particular thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it was a very, very dope project.
Thank you.
The MyDetroitHustle.com podcast is available on all streaming platforms. To find us, just type MyDetroitHustle.com podcast in the search bar on your favorite streaming platform.
So one of my favorite things that you do is the bars for breakfast.
Mm.
This this is how you so relatable. In my opinion, it looks like you are in your vehicle, getting ready to go to work, and I know most people in the hood when they getting ready to go to work, they're trying to get that last puff of the blunt, they're trying to hit that cigarette, and get their mind right before I go in this job, before I have to smack somebody. Let me get it together. But in your case, before I go in here, we'll press record and get these bars off my chest. Can you tell us about the bars for breakfast concept and how that came across?
Well, I'm gonna need for you to stay out my head because that's exactly how it came out. No, for real, because it's like when you busy and you have a lot of things going on in life. Like I'm a mommy, I'm a key mom. I got a freaking 9 to 5. I got my edible business that I'm doing. Like it's a lot of juggling, and I love music, so I had to make time for it. So it's like I might only have this 15 before I go in this building, but I'm gonna get this shit done. So that's exactly how it happened. You got that. You got that.
Well, see, this is what I like about hip hop from grown people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we was younger, we could be a little annoying. But I like now adults adulting and still doing hip hop. We don't have that. I don't have to put on these airs that I'm this and I'm that and I get money doing this, that, and other. I appreciate seeing grown people like I'm on my way to work. I'm gonna spit these bars anyway because I love it. The people that's doing it now, they do it because they love it. They ain't doing it because I want to be a star. I want to be this. I don't have this huge ego. It's cool being able to relate to artists that I just love rhyming. Because the way I see it, like I'm super old school.
We seasoned, chill.
But when I was away from hip hop, I was basically managing my children, and they were athletes. And my son ran track.
Nice.
And he was doing very well, and his coach was an Olympic gold medalist. So I would be around athletes, people that played in the pros, people that played in college, people that have gold medals and stuff like that. And if you notice, all of them, they still are in shape. The basketball players is at the YMCA on the weekend busting people's asses.
Mm-hmm.
The coaches lifting weights, but they teaching the younger kids how to get there because they got there. But the point is, they still athletic because that's their way of life. That's just who they are. That's how I see hip hop now. It's like I don't want to be no rapper and I don't want to be famous and I don't want to be on TV. But please believe I got some bars in here to bust somebody's ass if I need to, or just if I got something I want to say.
Uh-huh.
It's just a way of life, and I love seeing that.
That's the best part of music for me. It's an outlet for me to vent. You never know who's gonna hear it, so it can also be a way of helping, inspiring. That's the part I love about it.
Right.
I would much rather be a ghostwriter and get somebody else a pack to say it, but it's another story.
Right. But see, a song is an asset, just like a piece of real estate too. You fill out your paperwork, you never know what happens. These record labels, when they sign artists, they give people money that they know that they can't pay back, but they're not losing because they are thinking of the song as a long-term asset. So they not thinking about what you gonna make this year. They thinking about, I'm gonna have this song 50 years from now. I'm gonna have this song, and somebody might sample it, somebody might redo it, and I'm gonna get paid on it all over
All
again,
over again.
all over again.
Mhm.
While we worried about what's gonna happen next month. So we got to change our perspective on these songs. These songs are assets, just like a piece of real estate, like a stock, like whatever. You think of it long term, you can make it work.
That's why indie is better. Talk about
Yeah, yeah.
it. For real.
Now you have a very, very, very dope team, in my opinion. The reason is there's been a whole lot of times that I've been just minding my own business. Like one day I was sitting at this desk working on something, and I usually have YouTube on my TV. I'm chilling, and Math Hoffa is on TV talking, and I'm just, doing my thing. And I hear somebody say, "Yeah, I just heard a dope demo by Pretty Bulli," and I was like, "You said what? How did that come about?"
That was crazy to me. Like I actually shout out to Quest because he is the one that sent it to me and told me that I was on there.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know. I didn't know they mentioned me or nothing. Shout out to Mecca,
Right.
and my expert opinion. But that was a little shaker for me,
Right.
because I be low key doing my little shit. I
Right.
didn't expect it, but I'm grateful, but I didn't expect that.
Another time, it's still pretty early with getting Sirius XM in my car, and I'm riding around, and I'm one of them late night, early morning people, so it's like 6 in the morning or something, and I'm just listening to the mix, and all of a sudden I'm hearing a voice, and I'm like, hold on, that's Pretty Bulli. So as a matter of fact, I don't want to sound like a stalker, but I immediately text Drea and say,
So
I hear Pretty Bulli on the radio at 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, she like, this stalker nigga out here texting me at 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning is crazy. But it's another one of the moments. How did that come about?
I haven't heard myself. The first time I heard myself on the radio was recently.
Uh-huh.
Like I never catch it. Like, cause Smoke called me the day that you called her. I'm like, damn, I missed it again.
Yeah.
I never get to catch it. I'm always doing something.
I
But
heard that like two or three times, 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
woo-hoo, that's a different feeling, especially since you hear. In my mind, this is how I'm thinking. I hear famous people on series of them. You
Right.
know what I mean? So when somebody called me like, "Yo, they just played you," I'm like, damn, for it. So that's it. It's always a warm feeling because I've been doing this shit for a long time. So it feels nice. It does.
As a matter of fact, last week I had told you I always have some bars, or I might be working on something every once in a while. So I passed something to a DJ one week, and he showed me his playlist from the mix, and it said OG-10, and right under it said Pretty Bulli. And I
Yeah.
listened to the mix, and I heard him play 2 of your songs then on
Then,
STV radio.
thank you.
I hear you all the time. So you was low key famously low key.
That F word, it drive me crazy. I don't think so. Shit, I'm grinding.
Right.
Hard. Look.
At this point in your life, you're supposed to be, if you're encountered with a young person, at this point in your life, you should have something to say to impact his life in a better way.
Druski from Hot 97 said Pretty Bulli. All of this stuff. I'm not seeking none of this out. So this is when I know somebody got a team and they putting in work because this stuff just come out of nowhere. You know how that happened?
I do not. I do not. I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I just keep myself busy.
Uh-huh.
Like try to keep content out, keep writing, just staying active. And it's finally people's finally starting to take notice. I'll
Right.
say that. I keep moving.
Right.
I'm still busy.
Now, the biggest moment, he was on Sway in the Morning.
Oh my God. That was crazy.
Now, how did that come about? How'd you hook that one up?
That was shout out to L Biz. He sent me a contest. It was you had the opportunity to write a 16 and attach it to a song that Wu-Tang members were already on. You know, so the bar was already high. You know what I mean? And I love Wu-Tang. You know, he was like, man, he ain't asked. You got to do this, is what he said. So, you know, shout out to Biz for that. So I did it. I submitted the joint, and I was picked out of 10,000 people. 12 of us was picked. And yeah, the rest is history.
Well, let me tell you, when I was away from hip hop,
Mhm.
I was managing my kids in sports. I was able to get rid of my MC's ego, meaning I got the opportunity to enjoy seeing other people succeed because I sit there and get to take joy in seeing my kids succeed.
Mhm.
So one of the first things I wrote when I started my website was a piece called "The Ladies Are Running the Game," and I mentioned
Okay.
you, I mentioned Nejma Nefertiti,
Yes.
mentioned my girl Aida, and Indigo Phoenix.
Mhm.
Ever since I wrote that, y'all been killing it. So
Really?
you got to understand that when I saw you and Nedge up there on the sways, and I
She
heard it was
killed the two, by the way.
10,000 people, I was on fire. I was up here jumping crazy like I was at a football game, like they about.
That's dope. That's just dope.
So when you started and the beat came on,
Mm. Oh man,
you took a minute to
I
get
did take
started.
a minute because I ain't gonna hold you. Okay, I was nervous as fuck. First of all,
Right.
I'm in a room with Heather B. I'm standing next to RZA.
Right.
Sway right here. I was nervous as fuck. I ain't gonna hold you. But like in my mind, I had shit that I wanted to say, people I wanted to shout out. That was that open space.
Okay.
None of that came out. I had to focus. Like, bitch, you better not fumble. That's all I said. That's all I had. And I had a whole lot of shit that I wanted to say. It just, yeah.
I was in my car like in church. I was like, take your time, take your time. Well.
I appreciate that.
In my mind, I was like, I hope she don't fumble. I know she about to kill it. Come on.
Yeah.
And then you did your thing and obliterated that microphone. Then I went crazy in the car. People next to me was looking at me like, what is going on with you? I was like, you ain't hear this?
Yeah, that's dope. I appreciate you. That was an out of body experience. Like to just be in the same room with legends. You know what I mean? And to be acknowledged by them. That was like, man, that's been my highlight.
Mm-hmm. I could tell Heather was feeling it. I could tell.
Can you imagine how I felt? Like I was fanning out. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, can I take a picture with you? I was shit. And I'm okay with saying that.
Right.
Like that was a dope experience.
And how did you end up being the cleanup lady? Was that intentional, or they just picked however the order they just picked it however they felt?
Fun fact. Sway actually told us what order we were gonna go in before we went in there. He called us by name, and I wasn't last.
Okay.
So it was a surprise to me when I ended up being last, but I was okay with it. He actually said I want I want Bully to stand next to RZA. No pressure. I said, oh shit. No, but that was dope. I needed that. That that was one of those. That's another reason why my ass muted out in the beginning. Like,
Right.
like yeah, focus, bitch. But yes, that was a super dope experience. Everybody's energy was beautiful. Beautiful. Like they make you feel like you family up there.
Right.
You know, shout out to Sway in the morning. I am a citizen.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
that was dope.
you definitely set it off up there.
Thank you.
Shut it down. What's the line? What's the line about? Something about the testes. Can I hear that? Just the wording again. It was incredible. That last bar.
Yeah, how the fuck did I end up? I'm asking her the last bar.
Something about man, you man enough.
Yeah, I said I'm man handles this shit. All I'm missing is test.
Yeah. Mic drop. Mic drop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was really crazy. That's how I talk. Like that's my lingo every day. You know,
Right.
like you get tested a lot, especially being a woman doing it. You know, and it's like it's always, oh yeah, she spit for a girl, and that shit is annoying. And we grown. I ain't nobody girl. You know what I mean? Like you take that shit to the face, and it come out in the pen.
Right. So I also see that you are, what is it, 716 Lyricist of the Year?
I did win that. Yes. That was also a shock. Yeah, maybe I know y'all probably think this sounds crazy. Like, this been shocked by everything, but no, I really was. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I was nominated twice, Female Artist of the Year and Lyricist of the Year. I didn't expect to win Lyricist of the Year. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I don't know. I just felt like one of the guys would have took it because I was the only female in the category. So I just assumed that it would go that way. But I was very happy about that. Very happy about that.
So y'all got a little
Don't call it little. We popping.
excuse me.
No, but yeah, this is the second year.
Okay, yeah. Because we used to have like Detroit Hip Hop Awards and stuff. I guess they still have it, but
yeah,
they used to have stuff like that around here. So
it's needed.
Yeah.
It's needed.
Yeah. So how has all the recent notoriety affected what's going on with you right now?
In my regular life, I wouldn't say it's affected anything. It's more of an adrenaline rush for me, you know, pushing me to keep writing. Now it seems more like my job is shifting.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like before it was more so I'm trying to make time to do something that I love, you know, and I'm working this 9 to 5. Now it's more so now I'm starting to work in what I love. Right. You know, so it felt good to be able to utilize it as a business, the business that it is.
Right.
You know, instead of just spitting. It feels good. It definitely feels good.
That's what's up. So what can we expect from Pretty Bulli in the near future?
Well, okay, I'm working on a project with Kid Called Quest. It's titled Then and Now. I'm working on a project with Team Demo. We got, I think, 2 tracks left to finish. The release date, unsure. And I'm not sure yet, but that is also almost finished. I'm also doing a project with P.A. Dre. Yeah, I don't want to give too much for that one. That's gonna be crazy. But also I have a project with Jimmy Dukes out of Buffalo and Kid Cole. So it's just a matter of when I'm dropping them now. You know, they in rotation and ready. I got like maybe 4 songs to write and I can start dropping things.
Can't wait to hear. Okay, is there anything else that you would like to share with the public that we have not talked about?
It is. A lot of people, they assume that my name means a bully, and it doesn't. It's actually an acronym for Beautifully United Ladies Living Independently. It is not the bully that one would assume. I mean, people, they hear my aggression and they automatically assume that. But it's a lot deeper than that. So dig deeper, people. That's all I want to say.
Okay. But you still be bullying them on the mic too, though.
I can rough some things up, you know? That's the thing. That is not what my name means.
Okay, well, before we get out of here, can you let the people know where they can get in touch with you?
Guys, you can find me on all social medias at Pretty Bulli. Instagram is pretty_bully, and that's BULLI. Every other platform is Pretty Bulli.
Okay. Well, with that being said, thank you for stopping by My Detroit HustleTV. Very excited.
Thanks for having me.
And hope to talk to you again in the near future.
You got to pull up to get some chicken. Remember?
Well, I'm coming to Buffalo. Y'all had Rick James. That's my idol.
Big facts.
Get you some dope merchandise from the #1 website for helping independent artists, small businesses, and entrepreneurs, providing exposure, valuable information, and inspiration. MyDetroitHustle.com. To get yours, visit MyDetroitHustle.com and go to the merchandise page, or visit Etsy.com and search My Detroit Hustle to visit the My Detroit Hustle Etsy shop. What are you waiting for? Get your MyDetroitHustle.com merch today.